Hey Boo Buddies, Anya here, and welcome back to my book Bible series where I give you a look into how I put together a book and the craziness or sense it might make or doesn't make. Today we are going to be working on plotting pages, outlining pages. So it's not really outlining because that's its own thing and everyone has their own style of how they outline and whatnot, but this is my plotting pages. So these are the pages that I am going to set up so that when I fill them out, I'm going to be answering questions so that I can make the outline. So this is actually the pre-outline pages that I'm making. So if you remember in the early setups, we did a thumbnail setup. And so that's going to help with what we're doing today. But so to start us off, we need to answer some questions about the story that we are writing. And for that, I'm using the Save the Cat method, if you're familiar with that. If you're not, yeah, you should be. It's what I use, and I like it just fine. So, but I use the Save the Cat method. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to pick 5 plot points that I want to have answered when I start my outline. And this really is the part of the story process where I know whether or not I have a story I'm going to finish or not, or if it's just something that I'm playing around with in my notebook and having a good time, which is fine. But my foundation story points or story beats that I want to know the answers to what are 5 things that are going to happen in the story that are for sure going to keep this plot going. And this is a great exercise to get your outline going, but also make sure that you're going to finish your story. So I want to have 5 plot points set aside that are major important things. This is the closest to being set in stone before you start that I get, and even this really isn't set in stone, but these are the things I'm going to hold on to as long as possible. So I have some space for my 5 plot points. They go in no particular order, just how important I think they are or when I think of them up. But I'm going to give myself a little space between my numbering system and my note-taking space to kind of give myself a note on what beat they belong to, which that's where the Save the Cat method comes in, is we talk about story beats and we have a bit of lingo that makes sense to us, but if you're not familiar with the method, it might just sound like crazy jargon that makes no sense. So once I've got my 5 foundation plot ideas going, then I can start building an outline around that and start plotting. And like I said, everyone has their own method of doing this. And so this is where our thumbnails are going to come in. And I take a little bit of some sticky notes. And what we'll do with these thumbnails is we will figure out what is going on which page spread. So we'll have a picture here, some text there, and how they correlate with each other. Maybe some text here, a different plot point there. And so when I fill these out for real, like there's better notes than just, picture and text, but for the sake of showing you how I use it. And then we have a bit of a storyboard that works with our outline. And so we'll take the notes that we fill out on this page and we'll transfer them to the sticky note, and that will help us with not only building an outline that we can reference through to our prose and build in our illustrations off of that, but we will then be able to storyboard and move it around with our little thumbnail spread that we have going on, kind of like a little Kanban board or just like, so you can move things around. And so I will put on some sticky notes as they come up and they get moved around. And we only have enough for 32 pages for this spread, and sometimes we need more, but this is a great way to get started, and it's really helped me keep track of things, have a flow that I'm happy with in the storytelling process, and also see where where problems are coming up. Before I go too far, I'm going to make myself a quick little brain dump page for any other plot points. So I have my 5 major plot points and foundation plot points that I'm going to build my outline on. But what if I come up with another idea that isn't of the 5 major plot points, and I need a place to put that while I'm dreaming up which ones are the 5 most important? So I'm just going to throw in on the opposite side over here just a quick plot idea dump page for myself. It's not very pretty, just a little, but it's there, and everything is labeled, so I know what's going on. And that is what we are going to do, and we will build our outline from here, and I will see you in the next one, Boo Buddies.